All right, match is starting in 15 seconds. Let's go. I'm interested to see. I think this is going to be the map where people have to make more decisions than any other. I guess on my map also. Those are the two maps that have a lot of cuts. All right, here we go. We'll have to see what happens because there's a chance, like, on this map, it really won't be over till it's over. People will have to make decisions on what cuts they want to go for based on where they are. We've got Comey out to a really fast start. Is anybody going to get the big skip cut? Let's see if anybody goes for it. Lars is going safe. I'm going to go Cam 7. Cam 7. Alright, I don't think that anyone has... why is Cam 7 not working? There we go. I don't think anyone did the giant cut. Yeah, nobody did the giant cut. We've actually got an honest race right now, for the most part. Hazard going for an alternate cut. Coming down to checkpoint 3 in first place, I believe. This is going to be a really hard map to keep track of the leaders. No, wait, Comey is actually out in front. Is Comey in first? Comey doing the cut that F6 found on CP4. Jumps across. He gets the landing smooth, so he is on a run. I don't think anyone is in front of Comey right now. He's at 112. I don't think you can go much faster than 112 at this point without doing the mega cut. So Comey off to a start in the lead. Hazard in second. Lars in third. Let's see a little further back. We've got Marius dropping down into checkpoint 4. And Ixon possibly having a little bit of trouble on the cut from 3 to 4. Yeah, that lineup is a little bit unfortunate right now, it looks like. So Comey out in front. Let's see, what is the gap between Comey and Hazard? Hazard about 10 seconds behind Comey. Comey coming up into CP7. There's a cut here that Comey is going to go for. So the idea is to make this gap, and you're gonna do a flip from the quarter pipe up through here. Comey actually gets it. It's gonna be really close. Does not get it. So now we can actually see from Hazard's perspective, we have Comey in front. Hazard going for the safe intended cut. This is about 5 seconds slower than what Comey's going for. So if Comey gets it, it'll pay off, but it is a lot riskier to go for that cut. You need a diagonal approach though on this one. And that actually, unfortunately, he failed that as well. So everyone has regrouped at checkpoint 7. Lars and Comey both going for the big cut. Hazard taking the safer line. Comey gets through on this one. He will be turtled. He'll need to turtle across. Unfortunately, car not rocking. Lars takes first. Moves over to the rings. There are 4 rings in this section that everyone needs to collect. Hazard right behind Lars. I think Hazard 1 quarter pipe jump behind Lars. So Lars with... actually, they might be... No, they're right behind each other. So we've got like 2 seconds separating first from second. Marius coming into checkpoint 7 now. Comey and Ixon also on the quarter pipe. So top 4 all in about the same area. As Lars leads though, he takes the water bounce across, and we're coming up on a section where the management of the car's slide is really important, and speed. So we have a forced acceleration in this dirt. There are a few safe strats you can go for, and Lars is going for the safe strat. This is what I preferred to do. You can slow yourself down by touching your wheels on the side, but Hazard full sending across it will pay off and give him a little bit of time. Still, the race very, very close for first and second, and I think third and fourth very close as well. Yeah, Ixon coming into the forced acceleration, Comey right behind him, and Hazard coming up. There's an ice slide here. We need to drop down onto a quarter pipe. Very tricky cut. The skills and moves these guys are doing, they're making it all look very easy, but this is actually, a lot of these tricks are very difficult to hunt. I've driven this map a lot, and they're making it look easy, but some of this is very, very difficult. That ice drop, actually, I did not do on my run, because I was not consistent enough for it. Alright, and then Lars coming in with the bug slide on the grass right behind Hazard. As Hazard leaves the pipe, Lars enters the pipe. So I'd say we have 5 seconds between first and second. Hazard with the respawn, not sure what happened. If you get a little sideways on this reactor flight, you can crash. Actually, we end up seeing it from Lars as well. So we're gonna land in this water pool and climb up it. There actually is, I have found it to be consistent, a little more consistent to use the corner, but I don't know for sure if it's definitely faster, but I've found it to be more consistent. Comey coming across on the reactor flight as well. Ixon on the pipe, approaching checkpoint 18. And we have Hazard in the lead right now on checkpoint 20. He's gonna go down and try to make, there's a gap here, which is a nice cut to 21. Not too hard, but there are faster ways and slower ways to do it. And now we'll drop down here and move on towards 22. Close jump there though. A little bit of a tight one, but he definitely had it. There are 2 lines to go from 22 to 23. I'd actually take a different line, but this one I think is a little faster. So what he wants to do here is hit this bumper, but not go so far he gets this engine off. So if you hit this engine off, you need to restart the checkpoint, and it's a huge time loss. But it looks like he's got it clean. Let's check out where Lars is at. Okay, Lars also just behind. And we have Comey following maybe 10 seconds behind Lars. So still a tight race for first. A lot of things can happen. Hazard making a small mistake actually on 24 towards the end of the checkpoint, which can be quite a bit of time loss. So I think Lars will be in first now. Now, they want to avoid the engine off. They're going to try to gather as much speed as they can, and then you race across this penalty grass and have to clear a gap. So Lars showing us how it's done. 25 can be a bit of a tricky one. There is a small amount of luck involved on this checkpoint towards the end that can be mitigated by making sure that your car comes straight up. If you're tilted a little bit, it can be a lot harder. We'll see that in a second. So Lars makes the gap onto here. We drop down into this hole. We'll reactor flight across. I want to see where Hazard is now. Hazard actually took the lead. We'll see what Hazard drove through Lars right here. Lars comes up. Now this is the risky part. You need the reactor to bounce you forward. Lars gets it. He gets a zoop, which is nice. A little bit of time saved with that. And then drop down onto this ice section where I think that the fastest way to do it is a 360. We'll see Lars do the 360 and go into the water maze, which of course is not much of an obstacle at this point because people know the route, they know the fastest way through the maze. These guys have driven this map probably 50 times to 100 times each, maybe even more actually, depending on what you consider a drive. But Hazard approaching the end, there is not a lot that could stop Hazard from winning this at this point. Now there is a cycle at the end, the infamous 10-second cycle, where on 10-second intervals, basically you come across everything.
We might need to test Hazard for driver enhancing drugs after the race is over.
Test Hazard for driver enhancing drugs. Alright, Lars coming in. Okay, and then this is the cycle that I was talking about. This is the infamous cycle. You have to, for hunting, you have to basically, it's like a bus. You have to catch the bus to get ahead. So this, if Lars caught up on this cycle, it could be huge, but Lars still a ways back. He might catch the next one. It's going to be close. Hazard coming up then. He might, and he might not. I don't think he has quite enough time to do the safe route. Actually, Lars making a mistake. I think Hazard could go safe and make it, but at this point, after committing to this risky finish, it could be either one of them. Hazard, though, gets the flip, points his car up, and flies across into the finish ring. So GG to Hazard taking the win on the first map, which is definitely very, very big for the rounds. So 922 winning on the map. I think the record on the map was I think people did 7 minutes and 40 seconds, somewhere around there. By Techie was the world record. We have Comey coming up in third. He is on the finish. Ixon very close behind. It's going to come down to which one of them is able to pull off the reactor trick first. Big points for this. I think it's 24 points and then 22 points for third and fourth. So Ixon actually sniping Comey with a very nice finish. Comey struggling a little bit, but it looks like he's got it now. He needs to point the car over. The steering is reversed as well on this, so pretty difficult. And we have Marius coming up towards the finish. He's on checkpoint 28. There's a 5-minute timer that's triggered from first place starting. So Marius will have plenty of time to finish. He's got 4 minutes left still. Definitely in the running at this point. Let's see where Inelfir at Peace is at. Inelfir doing great at 23. Inelfir, I think, one of the people, he's gotten gold medal on every single map. So he will be in the drawing for the $25, and he will be a winner for the skin. And yeah, 1 round per map. 1 round per map because we have 5-minute warm up and 5 minutes of time for people to finish. I didn't want the competition to go super long, so that is why we're doing that. The competition should be somewhere between 1 and 1.5 hours, or hour 20 to hour and a half, I would think. Marius going safe, living up to the reputation. Safe Meister Marius. This is the safe finish where you take the quarter pipe across and into the finish. Very nicely done. 11:45 still a really nice time, especially in live racing, where you can't restart. Also, if anyone has not yet, I would definitely recommend double checking to make sure you've unbinded give up, because if you were to give up in the race, there's no way to undo that, and you basically would end yourself from the competition. Inelfir at Peace at 12:15, coming into checkpoint 26. Actually does have a chance to finish. Needs a really good run at this point. I think this turtle might be a little bit too much away. But yeah, DNFing would be devastating for sure. There will be a little bit of time after this map too, so if people want to step away for a minute, you do have time. To the racers mostly. Marius says he had a huge PB, which is amazing to get during live rounds of PB. That's always nice. Maybe Marius is going to be getting gold on everything during rounds. I don't know if he's hunted the other ones. Actually, no, he has. Marius actually was third on the sterile simulation. So congrats to the winners: Hazard, Ixon, Marius, Comey, Lars, the winners of this week's actual time trial hunt. Jumping down into the ice section on 27. And Inelfir at Peace, he's going to be just shy of finishing. I think when you pop out at checkpoint 28, it's right around 1 minute if you drive absolutely perfectly. Maybe like minute 10, I'm not positive, but it's close to a minute from this checkpoint if you drive perfectly to the finish. But very, very nice performance by everyone. Once again, like driving in even sub 15 minutes, which is what Inel is on pace for, is very difficult to do on a map like this when you only have one chance. So GG's. We have 5 people with points on the board. Hazard with first place, Lars, and then I think it was Ixon and Comey. I don't know who. I think, did Ixon snipe Comey, I think? I'm trying to remember. Kevin, thank you for the gift sub. Thank you, man. Yeah, Ixon, Comey, and then Marius. Now, the next map, I'll talk about this map. Dude, thank you so much for the gift subs. The next map is by Nacho. That first map by Doogie, Stepping Stones was the name of the map. I should have spent a little bit of time talking about what they were going to be racing. I'll do that for each of the next maps during warm-up. So this is Stepping Stones by Nacho. It has a very nice, skin to it. This is the fall skin, which I think is what they used for TMGO. Lars asking if we want to skip the warm-up. Is anyone opposed to skipping warm-up? If anyone's opposed to skipping warm-up, we will not. But if not, then we can just get straight into it. It doesn't look like anyone is. This is actually the shortest of the maps to hunt. I think world record is like somewhere in this 5:30, I think, or 6 minutes. I can pull up the map. Probably pretty quickly. All right, Maria says let's skip it. All right, so we can go into options. I've actually never done this. Does it work to just do play next map? Does that work, guys? I want confirmation before I mess this up. If I click vote to play next map, is that how I skip warm up? I don't actually know how to do this, the warm up skip. Let me ask. Maybe they are in racing mode. But yeah, this is a great scenery map. A lot of cool tricks on it. Very nice pathfinding by Nacho. He put a lot of work into it. It's really cool. All right, I don't actually. If no one tells me a guaranteed way to skip warm up, then I don't know how we can do it. I don't see an option. I don't see a way to do it. What is vote for mode settings? I don't see a way to skip, and I don't want to mess it up. Skip this warm-up. Yeah, exactly. NL Ferret Piece understanding. If I skip the map, it would be a huge problem for the competition. So I think we're just gonna wait another minute and a half. People will have time to practice. We actually have 3 in a row. Lars, Komi, and Marius all in a group, which is pretty cool. There are a few key checkpoints to look out for, though, that people might have trouble on when hunting. Checkpoint 12, actually, one of the harder ones. I don't think that these guys will have a lot of trouble, but this one is hard for me. You need to keep speed, and you jump across to this ramp, but the flag is in a great spot to block you, so you have to jump around the flag, which can be pretty tricky. The map will go all around and inside and over and under all these structures, though. We'll go through these rings and fly over everything. I'm trying to find. There's one cut on the map that Komi is at right now. Komi actually looking like he's practicing the safe way. Maybe he doesn't decide that the risky is worth, but Lars coming over here showing us the risky strat and why it is risky, because this bug slide, the goal is to land down here, and if you drive on top, you'll land in this hole and fall down to the checkpoint, but you can bug slide off of this up here and then go down. Ghost Effect. How do we vote for favorite map? So So you can vote for your favorite map. I haven't set up the vote yet, but I'm gonna set it up and give people a little bit of time to do it right after we do like the gold medal stuff. I think I'll probably just do like a survey website or something. Canadian on the way. Oh, we cannot wait for anything. I'm sorry, dude. Canadian, hopefully you can make it into the next round. I'm gonna spectate. So we are off to a start. Marius out in front, actually, risking a little bit, but getting off center on the landing. Everybody taking the faster route here. I go around the pole, but if you get a good line, this is faster. We've got Comey and Hazard. Let's step back a little bit into Lars's perspective, I believe. Yeah, Lars has 3 people in sights. Ixon bumping, there's a no steer here. Everybody coming around, you need good speed and angle to make this jump. It's actually harder than it looks. But they're gonna drop down onto this building. Pay attention to the top of that building. We'll see that again in about a minute. Lars, Comey, Ixon, all coming onto the cruise control. They're gonna come in through checkpoint 5 and use these bumpers 2 times. So we're gonna go once across onto this ramp, carry speed, hit the bumpers again, and go under where we just were to CP6. Now this is the building. We're going on top of the roof of the building now, and we'll go across to checkpoint 7. There's a little bit of a tricky section coming up. They're gonna jump across to a turbo pad, and it is easy to mess this up because you have to quickly react to jump straight across through here onto this engine off. But all 4 of them actually making it. Comey and Lars battling a little bit for 3rd right now. Ixon and Hazard. Looks like Hazard's got 1st right now, but Ixon actually risking. That's a risky line. There are 2 lines you can take there, and Ixon's showing us that you can save about 0.5 seconds. A few car lengths gained on Hazard, actually, to put him in the front. Comey had a bonk, but we'll still have enough speed to make this. Good landing, and moving on past checkpoint 10. So there's a fast way to do this next one, where you drop down here, but if you hit this wall wrong, you can end up turtling. Actually, we see Lars make a mistake and turtle. If you carry too much speed into that, your car will rotate over sideways. So out in front, we do have Hazard, I believe, in 1st. Yeah, we do, with Lars right behind. But actually, looks like the reactor did not work for him, which is unfortunate. Ixon out there actually too. Ixon in 2nd. That's who I was seeing. So I think Lars actually did get the reactor 1st try. With the rounds, it shows the places based on points rather than where they are in the race. Ixon overtaking Lars actually. The 2 neck and neck. There's pretty much nothing between them. Now they'll go into reverse through this checkpoint because it's faster. To pick up this reactor boost, reactor being directional, you have to pick it up from the right side, facing the correct way. Hazard takes a little bit of a lead there. I didn't actually know. We just saw No Fear come up through where they're going down. I did not realize that part was reused on the map. Very nicely done by Nacho. Both Hazard and Ixon taking the risky line and succeeding. That is huge. Very, very nice time save by doing that bug slide. But I think that Hazard had a mistake coming through here. I think he has wet wheels. I'm not sure what's happening, but he's getting some bonks from the wet wheels. The dirt and wet wheels, normally dirt is supposed to remove wet wheels, but it doesn't seem like it has been doing so lately. I've been seeing on people's streams people making mistakes. Comey's PC crashed? Oh no. That's tragic, Comey. Really sad to hear that. That's super unfortunate. That's terrible. Really, really bad luck by Comey having the PC crash. So the DC, hopefully he will be able to come back and finish, but a lot of the times that is a restart, and I don't know if we will see him finishing this map. Hazard is out in front though, I believe. No, he's not actually. I think Lars. Now I've lost track. Lars at 21. Ixon in front. Okay. Ixon at 24. Actually, quite a comfortable lead right now. If he can safe every checkpoint, he will be the winner. There are a few checkpoints that are a little bit harder. One towards the end, there are turbo pads that you have to jump from, and that one can be problematic. But Ixon actually way out in front right now. Lars in second, coming down the staircase. He's going to full speed here and drop down. No, he's in third. And who's in second? I have lost track. It must be Hazard in second. It is. Hazard going to 26. And Ixon actually not super far ahead now. Hazard overtaking Ixon now because of this mistake. So Hazard and Ixon battling it out for first. And Lars not too far behind. Ixon unfortunately bonking on this long jump. Hazard looking in a great spot right now for his second first place. 2 firsts in this could be a really strong place to stand. That is where you want to be to have a minimum of 6 points ahead of second place halfway through the competition. He just needs to pull off this last reactor jump. A little release here gives you a lot more control to make this jump across. And he is into first place with a 5:53. Very nice time in live rounds. Ixon coming up on checkpoint 29 with Lars. Actually, they are neck and neck. We'll watch from Lars' perspective, right behind Ixon. This is going to be a close one. Lars with a little bit better line. It's going to come down to who's willing to risk a little bit more. Lars comes off sideways on this. Ixon makes the jump, lines it up, and takes second. GG to Ixon. And this is actually a reuse from checkpoint 5 as well. And Ixon, a little bit of bad luck on the reactor is definitely unfortunate. You hate to see it. And I think we did see Lars having problems on it as well. Yeah, there's some weird reactor stuff on this map. There are some bugs, I think, in actually Trackmania, where when people were hunting this map, it seems like something about the position of the car and the angle is saved, like, in the air or something. I don't know. Hazard was having trouble with it. I don't know if it was actually true, the theory we were coming up with, but it kind of made sense. So there might be a bug with reactor boost twisting cars a little bit as they go into the air. Yeah. Let's see where Inalfir is. Inalfir should be able to finish this one, definitely. 3 minutes from the end, giving us a little horn honk to say hello. Love to see it. And let's see, I want to check about Comey. Comey is still disconnected, unfortunately. I don't know if his computer is still messed up, or if maybe he has just decided it's not worth racing. Hopefully he can get back. We'd love to see the competition. Not finishing a map does take you out of the running for first, pretty much, but it would be really cool to see him racing with them. So let's hope he can get back if possible. You know, he's coming across on the reactor section that Ixon was having a lot of bad luck on. Got a little bit sideways on that, so he will be flying off into nowhere land. And Marius finishing in fourth. Congrats to Marius, GG. 8:09, 9 seconds off of gold medal. So very close. The gold medals are fairly hard on this map. Where author is a 6:30, gold is 8 minutes, so definitely not an easy freebie of a gold medal. But I am glad to see that a lot of the people who have been top on the leaderboards have been hunting the maps each week, that they have been able to make their schedules meet the live rounds. Inalfir piece with a little reverse turtle. He's got a minute and a half left to get on the scoreboard. He should be able to. Comey joining in. Glad to see that he can make it back in. Unfortunate that the PC crashed for him. You hate to see that. That is really sad. Yeah, it is not great. Because he definitely would have been one of the contenders for this. Hazard, though, has been looking very clean. So, as we finish, we're going to see Hazard with a 9-point lead ahead of second place, which will be shared by Ixon and Lars, both going to be at 51 points? Yeah. So 60, 51, 51, 42 is where we stand. Right now, the race for first looks like it's between 3 people. If Hazard places top 2 on each map, he wins. So we'll see if that affects the way he drives. He might change his driving a little bit due to that. Canadian? Yeah, join in, man. Join in. Definitely. The more the better. Get on a YouTube video. CP counter bead is on, it just doesn't work in spectate mode. And BB joining in, let's go. Alright guys, so this is the map. That last map was made by Nacho. Great map. Well done by him. There will be, yeah, people will need Hazard. If he finishes second on both maps, he will be the winner. So I don't know if he'll race as risky with these maps. We'll have to see. In the warm-up rounds, though, this is Sandy Sandland, made by myself, actually. This is my map for the competition. There are a few cuts on it that were definitely not intended that make things a lot faster. So, and some of them may be a little frustrating to hunt, but all in all, I really enjoyed making this map. I think that I love the way it looks, and I love the way that most of the checkpoints drive. I do plan on reworking it a little bit after the competition, but for the competition, everything has stayed the same, so the map is exactly what people are used to. And as we see right now, they're coming down into checkpoint 4. This is kind of more of a puzzly RPG. Of course, everyone knows what to do on the puzzles now. So it will just be about driving fast and taking the best lines possible. There are several risky lines, as Lars is demonstrating here. Checkpoint 3, there is a risky line to land on this pipe, which will save you quite a bit of time. Safe route is a lot slower. So there are definitely a lot of examples with risky lines and safe lines, but I think that we can expect to see everyone going for almost every single risky line. I am interested to see, I don't know how consistent this one is. There's a jump, actually, this was unintended, but you can immediately go from checkpoint 19 to 20, and it will save you, I think it saves like somewhere between like 10 and 20 seconds. It's a very big time save. So yeah, we see people warming up still. They're coming up around checkpoint 9, actually at a very good pace. 2.5 minutes in to be at checkpoint 8, going towards 9 is pretty quick. So I'm going to leave a big overhead of the map, and I need to step away for just a second to run to the bathroom, and I will be back in time for the race. All right, I'm back. Yeah, guys, I have a new mic. I'm all official for the cast. We have a blue Yeti mic now. So Now I'm almost a real streamer. 1 minute left before we go into this. Yeah, everybody is welcome to race just for the fun of it. The more people that are in here, the better. Just missing some RBG. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been reading chat a ton. I want to focus on commentating it, definitely. So I'm gonna switch back into commentator mode. We have Ixon and Hazard both looking very strong on the map. Ixon actually taking the risky line right here. There's a very risky line that saves more time. So Ixon and Hazard looking like they have pace. I know Komi and Lars are typing a bit, so they obviously are not warming up quite as seriously as maybe the other two are. But Ixon looking very strong on the map. Coming into checkpoint 17 in 5 minutes is very quick. Right, and good luck to everyone. Let me get the spectate on. We'll start with Lars. We'll watch from Lars' perspective. And as people start breaking up, we'll want to just try to get the shot with as many people in it as possible. Who was this? I think we saw Canadian with a mistake at the very beginning, taking a risky line. We'll be playing catch up this round. Hazard in first, and Ixon in second, right behind him. Looks like Lars right behind Ixon. We've got a train of cars going through the map. The setup by Lars a little bit scary, but he pulls off this jump. Now there are two ways to go here. Everyone will go the risky way onto this pipe because it's a lot faster than the safe way that wraps around. We'll come back around, and actually this is back in the starting area, so we're at the first the spawn point for the map, but now there's enough speed to jump up to the third checkpoint, where I think another mandatory risky route. Komi actually overtaking Lars a little bit right here. Everyone making it up onto the pipe, which is good to see out of the top four. Hazard, though, taking off with a bit of a lead. Lars going left side onto the sand to start, which is the intended way by me, actually. Marius following him right behind onto the platform as the others jump off. And we've just got a line of cars racing through the map. Now there's a cut on 4 here, and I'm interested to see if people go for it. Carrying can be kind of tricky with this. Lars and Hazard both deciding to go safe way. Did either of the other two pull it off? Ixon did not. He missed the cut. And did Komi? Komi got it. So Komi out in front right now, with Hazard and Lars a little bit behind. Hazard missing the risky line here. When you don't have enough speed, that is a very hard jump to make. And Canadian looking pretty clean right now, actually. Canadian up into checkpoint 6, catching up to Lars, and I think Komi probably still out there. Yeah, Komi on to checkpoint 7, so very nice, very nice. But Lars and Canadian will be driving through this underwater section. To come back up, you need this reactor to climb up this wall, which gets you to checkpoint 7. So they will be doing a couple of ring jumps across like this, and then there are these towers that are decoration throughout the map, and I tried to incorporate some for driving, so he'll use that tower as an intermediate to get to checkpoint 8. But Komi on quite the run right now. In all fair, piece coming in checkpoint 6, looking very good actually. Komi and Hazard, Komi with a mistake going up onto checkpoint 9 actually, will be overtaken by quite a few of them. And Lars into the lead now, uses this pyramid to jump across. We have these ramps that you need to use to get to the middle section. So you go up one, gather speed on the downhill, and then Lars is going to jump across onto this gap where this road is at and collect checkpoint 10. We'll do a little bit more reuse immediately. So checkpoint 10, you go across this bridge, and there's a little platform to collect reactor boost, which you need to make the jump up to 11. Lars demonstrating how to do that right now. He's going to try to carry speed and be in a straight line for an instant 11 to 12 cut. So basically instantly get it. Canadian though, showing us that maybe it was a mistake for him to have not raced in the first 2 matches. Canadian actually out in front right now, after having a mistake on checkpoint 1, which is insane to see that kind of pace. Canadian had really good pace on this map, did really good in the hunt. So yeah, not surprised to see him catching up, really cool to see him racing. And Lars using another cut to get to checkpoint 14. Use this reactor boost to jump across. And let's see what he decides to do. I don't think Lars will go the riskiest way here. I don't think he will. I think he's gonna turn around here. There are actually like 3 or 4 ways to do this checkpoint. He wants to carry enough speed to bonk his head on the ceiling like this, and then you can turn around. Fastest way to do this, Lars actually doing a Neo slide around that turn, which is kind of cool to have a Neo slide in the map. I wish I could say I built it like that on purpose. I did discover that it was possible before I saw other people do it, but I did not mean to make a Neo slide. It is cool though. Neo slide does save a little bit of time on that. I want to go into cam 7 and just fly over because I think I've lost track of where other people are a little bit. Comey and Ixon coming down through into checkpoint 17. And the camera is weird. What's going on with the camera? Camera is stuck. Why is the camera stuck? Excuse me? I'd like to watch now. How do I fix this? This is not very good for viewing. What's going on? How can I click off of this? Yikes. I can't watch the race. I don't know what's going on with Cam 7. I'm going to leave and rejoin. Unfortunately. That's a pain. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But we will be back at this in a second, and maybe I won't use Cam 7 again because I got stuck on a wall. I don't know what happened there. Alright, we're back into it though. It looks like Lars from an overhead view is ahead going into checkpoint 21. From his perspective, yeah, I think actually maybe that was checkpoint 22 actually. Not on ESPN, no, this is not, unfortunately, this is amateur hour for the Trackmania. But the Cam 7 spectating, a little weird. We overcome it though. Lars out in first, Hazard with not a lot of speed coming through that checkpoint, but had just enough with the engine off. Canadian looks like he slipped back a little bit, maybe made a few mistakes. He's on checkpoint 20 though. And then Ixon right behind Hazard. Where's Comey? Comey is finishing up the underwater section, so I think Comey is in second behind Lars. Yeah, Comey's 16 seconds down from Lars. Gonna be coming on to this sandy section of Sandy Sandland. Gonna need to keep decent gearing. You actually don't need perfect lines, but you do need to make this gap jump, which can be a little close, and he does it well. Goes down on 26. He wants to carry speed and avoid sand as much as possible. A lot of people are using this wall. This is actually what I wanted people to do. You can use that wall to not worry about losing gears as much. And he gets a quick turnaround from the ice to dirt. Has made up 2 seconds actually on Lars. Let's see where Lars is at though. Lars on a pipe, heading over to a pyramid, just a normal unsuspecting pyramid. But when I built the map, I found out that these items don't have a hitbox on the bottom of them. So what he's going to do is drive on its pyramid. It's going to look a little weird, but he's going to fall inside of the pyramid through the blocks and land here onto checkpoint, what is this, 29. And we are in a situation where anybody could win at this point. Comey's still in second. I want to see where Hazard is because he was our lead. Hazard in third, I think, no? Yeah, Hazard in third. About 25 seconds behind Comey. So Lars in a position, a very strong position right now actually. If he can hold out for first, he's going to take the safe jump here and now drive across this catwalk that goes over a lot of the map. This is one of the highest points on the map, and he's going to jump across and go to these rings and This section of the map is one of my favorite parts of the entire map. Go across this, drive over this reset reactor thing that I put in due to the problems that were on Nacho's map. I don't know if it actually matters, but it is fun to drive on. Now, he needs to make sure his car's not tilted when he goes off this ramp. He does a good job keeping it fairly level. Don't accelerate too soon, because if you do, you will flip your car. And he's going to jump across these towers and head over towards checkpoint 32. At this point, Lars looking in a very strong position. There are not a lot of places left to mess up. The in jump is hard. There are a couple things that could still go wrong. I don't want to call him cast or curse him, but he's looking very strong. He makes it with a pretty tight jump there. But he's going to jump into this gap, avoid the wall, wrap down. Let's see if he bounces off the wall here. This is what I intended was for him to bounce. And he does bounce off the wall. He is 3 jumps away from winning the round. Actually, this is a faster strategy than I knew about. And he's going to use the reactor, come back over where he was, make this jump across onto the tower, and it looks like it's Lars's to win. He is going to go in reverse into the checkpoint, or into the finish, and he takes first. Nice time by Lars. A 10:07, very strong. Hazard on the chase right now. Let's see where Comey is. Is he still in front of Hazard? He is not. Hazard is overtaking Comey. Comey with another turtle. So Hazard has come back with some pace. He is in second place, and it looks like he's posed for taking that and taking the points from second place. So Hazard's still in a very, very commanding position as we go into the final. That is for sure. Let's see where Comey is at now. Comey having a little bit of trouble with the last checkpoint. That one can be kind of tricky depending on how much speed you bring into it. He's going to take the big jump across. Does it very nicely. Carries a little bit too much speed. This jump to go straight into that hole is very difficult to do. He's thinking about lining it up. Maybe he wants to finish, maybe he doesn't. I'm not so sure. We'll let him decide. Let's see where Ixon is. Ixon must have had a pretty bad round on this map, unfortunately. I know that as they were talking about it, Ixon might have said that he hadn't practiced this one a ton. Yeah. Comey was waiting at the CP until Canadian got to the finish, and then Comey finished right in front of Canadian. Unfortunate for Canadian. We gotta do a little bit of trolling though, for sure. Hate the CP13 cut? Sorry, Canadian. The 13 cut will be going away. I'm gonna patch them up. Gearing on this turn can be a little hard, but it is easy if you go high enough. Gonna come through this. Keyboard or pad? It looks like he plays with pad. You can see his inputs on at the top right, and since the arrows are not fully pressed all the time, it means that he's playing with pad. Because you have to full steer on keyboard, unless he's using action keys, but I don't think he would be. Does the final jump across. Let's check up on NL Fear. NL Fear looking very good, actually. 2.5 minutes away. I think that is finishable. It will be very close, but I think with 2.5 minutes you can definitely finish from this checkpoint. So NL Fear bringing it up. Glad to see NL Fear racing. I've watched him through the event. He's gotten gold medals on everything, and it's really cool to see him coming out and having fun in the races, joining in. It's all about having some fun, so that is awesome. Unfortunate finish from Ixon. With RPG, it can be hard. And when a few things start going wrong, sometimes it snowballs out of control. So, GG to Ixon on that one. A little bit of a hard finish. Comey heading out. Comey, thanks for racing, man. Sorry to see the computer crash, but good job, man. Good job on the races. Good job with the hunts as well. Minute 22 left. In Ophir, coming through the home stretch, jumping across into here, and just heading over to. He's got one more checkpoint before he goes to the finish. Triple points for last map, Canadian? Yeah, for first only, right? That way you can get the win. And he will jump across onto this landing where 36 is. We've seen the finish a few times, we will see it again. All the way across. Oh, and he's just short. You hate to see it. This finish can be a little tricky because you have to point the nose of the car towards the finish just in time. You lose control as soon as you go off of the jump because of the reset blocks. So it can definitely be tricky. I don't think he's bringing enough speed into the jump though. He needs to land on the downhill and he's releasing. This should be good. He has 9 seconds. It is going to be a close finish. Oh, come on, NL. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, that is so close. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh. R.I.P., man. R.I.P. So we'll have to check out where our standings are during warm-up. Have to check out the standings. Let's see where we are as the fourth and final map of the competition loads. This is Sterile Simulation. This is the most recent map. It's actually only been released for 1 week, so but this is by Lentillion. Yeah. So we have Hazard in the lead, 6 points ahead of Lars, who's 10 points ahead of Ixon, 10 points ahead of Marius. So it is going to be realistically, the battle is between Hazard and Lars. Something crazy could happen and someone else could win. But I think it's between Hazard and Lars. If Hazard can place top 2, he will be guaranteed the win. If we have a tie, I didn't plan for a tie. We could do a sudden death if we have a tie. I did not plan for that. So guys, please just don't tie. If we have a tie, maybe we split it, or we can talk about doing. We can figure that out. We'll just see what happens. Hopefully, we don't have a tie though. That's all. We'll see. But it'll be whatever the contenders decide is the best thing for it. So this is Sterile Simulation by Lentillion. He's using a skin from, I think the skin is from Half-Life, is the game. And Kevin, the sponsor, by the way, I Am Eaten Alive, thank you very much for the sponsor. This was his idea, this event. He says we need 1 winner. So we will not be splitting the money. So if something happens where there is a tie, then maybe we can do a sudden death on 1 track or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But back to the map. Sterile Simulation by Lentillion. Here's the picture of the mod. The mod is from Half-Life 2. So if the game looks familiar to an old childhood game, that could be why. We have all of the surfaces have been reskinned. So normal road now looks like this. This is actually ice and snow. So this this is actually ice, this like gravelly looking thing. Let's see if we can look at the other reskin things. We have grass over here, penalty grass, normal driving grass. Are there other things that have been reskinned on this map? There are a few things. This nice like metally looking surface is very cool. Here's Lentillion's logo though, since he made the map. Thank you so much to all of the mappers who've helped out in the competition. There will be a vote for people's favorite map, so people can vote, and there is a $200 prize pool actually for the mappers. I think the prize pool is $80, $60, $40, and $20 for first through fourth. So every mapper will get a little bit of cash. I was not intending to be in the vote, but Kevin, I'm Eaten Alive, insisted that I must be included in the vote. So thank you, Kevin, for including me in the prize pool on that. But huge shout out to the mappers that helped out with this, because I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own by any means. So really cool that people were willing to lend a hand and put on an awesome event for us to all enjoy maps, fresh maps that are brand new, never seen before, every single week of the month. Right now, though, Marius and Hazard, I think, are the two in front. So Hazard, if the race goes as he's driving now, in a very good position. I want to see where Lars is. He might just not be warming up. Sometimes he hasn't warmed up quite as seriously. He is driving. He's on checkpoint 17. So when we get into the live rounds, we'll have to see what the pace is looking like by everyone. We have 50 seconds left on warm up, so everybody stretch if you're going to, because we are in for a good final round. I think it will be pretty exciting to see who ends up being able to perform on the last race. There will definitely be some nerves, maybe. I don't know how nervous these guys get. These guys all at a very high level do a great job performing under pressure, obviously, but I think that there's always a little bit of pressure when you're racing and you're this close to the end and you need to perform well. So that's always really impressive to see people do that. And Kevin, we did do a regular finish for this track. First place was Hazard, Ixon, Marius, Komi, and Lars. So Hazard actually is the favorite on the map according to the standings currently. A couple of friendly honks at the start, and we're off. Ixon with a good start, almost. He was in front, but he did not have enough speed to make that jump. So a small mistake by Ixon will set him back a little bit. We have seen it be possible, though. Canadian on the last map made a mistake at the very beginning and was able to catch back up and actually be in first for a little while. Checkpoint 2, this is a hard one. They have to carry just the right amount of speed to land on that skinny railing, which is definitely a hard thing to do. Ixon chasing Hazard. We've got NL Fear actually in the mix right now. I think he's in fourth, it was. And a few others chasing in the back. Let's see who is a little further back. Lars is the one who is going to be trying to push for a win and a gap of 2 places from Hazard to try to overtake that first place. He's the only person right now, I would say, is in a position to be able to contest it unless Hazard lost his internet. Hazard is going to be top 2 on this competition. But Hazard in first, Ixon following right behind. Hazard did have a little mistake, so a few people will be coming by. Marius in second, actually. No, I'm sorry. Ixon, Canadian, Marius. Hazard in fourth now. So Canadian with a lot of pace right now, taking the safe route. You can see Canadian coming from a different way with a lot more speed. It's because he took the safe route with the turbo pads. And the 3 of them are grouped up together, chasing Ixon. They're going to come across here. There is a risky-ish jump where you can come all the way across. Hazard actually risking a lot going for it, and definitely needed to make that. He barely got the nose across the railing, so he doesn't have to do a respawn, which is huge in lag racing, of course. Canadian and Marius right behind Canadian, the 2 of them battling very closely right now, coming into checkpoint 11, where we're going to see a few quarter pipe checkpoints. So they will go up this. Normally you spin around on the quarter pipe, but they will go around this backwards because the turbo pads must be driven in reverse because of the direction they're facing. And now we'll go the opposite direction using quarter pipes, or using the turbo pads to gain speed for this massive quarter pipe jump across, where we land down into, I think, checkpoint 13. Ixon with a 6-second lead on Marius, and Canadian right behind. Hazard following very closely. Let's see where Lars is. Lars not too far behind. It's still not out of reach for him. Definitely possible for him to catch up, which will be what we're kind of looking to see if that does happen in the big scheme of things. Ixon coming through at 2:59, sub 3 minutes into this checkpoint. We'll see him dashing across. You see all these other people. This is some reuse on the map. So everyone needs to go out and collect that checkpoint that he's already gotten before zooming across the section that we saw him passing people. And here we might see a little bit of overlap again. A little bit trippy to watch from this perspective, but he's got a first-person view while driving it. He's flying upside down, the reactor boost holding his car, and going across into checkpoint 18 very nicely. Or 19 actually, I think it was. I want to check out where the others are. Canadian looking like he's making a few mistakes. Really hard to race at this kind of pace, competing with people. Everybody going very, very quickly. Lars having a little bit of trouble on this checkpoint. We saw actually in warm-up he had trouble with that. If you come off tilted at all with that reactor, it's very easy to bonk, and with a ring checkpoint like that, that can be devastating on a run. But Hazard has whittled down a little bit, more and more. The lead that actually I think Ixon had the lead. Ixon had the lead, I believe. But Marius now has at some point overtaken, and Hazard has whittled down the lead of everyone. 1.5 seconds between Hazard and Marius in first place. Marius hunting very, very nicely though. I think that he definitely took a liking to this map because he definitely seems to know it inside and out. He was third place on our weekly hunt, so he's definitely very strong on this map, and he's showing us that he's got the consistency to race live on it as well. They'll do a bug slide across this, and it's important to carry the right amount of speed. You want to land on this to bounce across to this checkpoint. I had a little trouble with that one, figuring out what to do, and when you know what to do on that checkpoint, it makes a lot more sense, definitely more doable. Canadian heading out, says he did not practice the map enough, so he is going to bow out, so GG to Canadian. Thank you for participating, man. Appreciate you putting in the time and the hard work on this map, and all the other ones during the hunt, actually. Hazard still chasing very close behind Marius. I want to see where Lars is. Lars, not too far. It looks like he's 24 seconds behind right now. So that is a lot of time to make up. There are plenty of spaces left that people could make a mistake. Lars is going to have to hope that that they make a mistake, or maybe he can tape out the leaders. Thank you for the follow, Omni Hill. So Hazard coming up on the skinny railing. This is a very risky checkpoint. So Hazard and Marius both getting this first try is huge for both of them. Coming down in to get this reactor. I heard there is a cut on this checkpoint. We might have to look and see about that cut, because there was a wager between I'm Eating Live Kevin and Quintillion about whether or not there would be a cut on the map. So we'll have to hear from maybe the racers, or do a little bit of research to figure out who is the winner of that wager. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. This magnet drop. Hazard actually overtaking Marius now at the 6-minute and 52-second mark, almost 7 minutes into the map. But Marius with a risky line. Is he going to make this jump? They bounce off of this wall, and believe it or not, the car does a full flip and lands perfectly fine, ready to go on to the next checkpoint. Really wicked checkpoint. Actually, surprisingly well calculated by Quintillion. That is a very consistent checkpoint if you do the right approach. So Hazard looking very solid. He is less than a minute away from $100. Let's see if he can hold it together as he comes into checkpoint 46 out of 50. Gets the risky jump, goes across into 47, And checkpoint 48 is a freebie. Checkpoint 49 also a freebie. He's just going to need the right setup on the quarter pipes. I don't see him messing this one up. Let's see him finish. Good setup. Coming into the checkpoint with speed. Marius is right behind though. Maybe trying to snipe. I don't think he will though. Hazard PF into first. GG Hazard. Congrats to our winner. Hazard getting the $100 prize, winning 3 out of 4 matches, and a second place in the only one that he didn't win. So insane performance by Hazard. GG. Really, really fun to see you guys playing at this level. Yeah, really, really cool. So congrats to Hazard. Hazard has a mountain of money that he has made from this competition. A few guys here have definitely made a ton. Definitely, the prize pool was huge for this. I think the prize pool ultimately ended up like somewhere around $800. Maybe even a little bit more when you calculate a few bonuses that people have had. A little bit that I threw in with the Easter eggs. Just insane prize pool. So thank you so much to the sponsors again. Kevin, I'm Eaten Alive, donating the main chunk of it, coming up with the idea for the event. But also Wafers donated a huge chunk to the prize pool as well. So really appreciate that. You guys definitely made this way more interesting. Maybe at times a little bit more tense because of the amount of money on the line. But really, really interesting, really fun. I had a great time putting on the event. We learned a lot. I think that we'll do another at some point, and I think it'll be even bigger and better than this one. So good job, guys. An awesome job by the racers. Like that performance to be 3 wins in a second is really strong by Hazard. Lars put up a great fight too. I don't think Lars has played this map as much. I think this was the one that Lars was probably most rusty on. Lars' time was from six days ago actually. He still finished 5th on this map. So it would have been a long shot I think on this one, but really good performance by everyone. Awesome seeing people coming out playing some RPG. I was worried we wouldn't have great turnout for the live racing, but this was
Thanks
better than I could have
for all
expected.
your hard work, and I look forward to the next one.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate the bits and appreciate the kind words. Oh man. And Kevin gifting 20 gift subs. Dude, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And in all fair peace, coming through on the last checkpoint. Awesome job by NL to participate in the live rounds and hunt all the maps this month. Seriously, Kevin, though, thank you so much for the bits. I'm gonna come out of commentary mode now, so the YouTube video is done, and we can be casual again. Oh man, but good job, guys. GG. Really appreciate it, Kevin. That's insane. 200 bits, or not 200 bits. 400 bits, and then 20 gift subs, dude. I really appreciate all the support, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dude. And I gotta say, I'm a little glad that nobody tied, because if there was a tie, that was gonna be awkward, and we were gonna have to figure out what to do for format on that. I mean, like, do we just do it again with 2 racers? Hopefully not. GG, guys. 11, 11, 121. So close to perfect number. Yeah. Yeah, very nicely done. Good job racing. Good job racing, everyone. Alright, guys. So now, we still have a little bit to GGBBRQ. Oh man. So now we have some winners. We need to figure out who wins. Let me go. You're gonna have to bear with me on this. And also, hello all chatters. I've been reading what you said, I promise. I just have been busy. So thank you so much for everyone for showing up to watch. A lot of you guys have been involved watching the event, so really cool to see everyone be able to see the kind of like total of it all. Rigby losing his mind downstairs. Alright, let me figure out gold medal stuff. Going on to Trekmania.io, I need to go to each map, and I think we're gonna start with Lentillions because that was the main map that people struggled on. I think it was the biggest bottleneck for golds. Less people got gold on it than anything else. So give me a second. All right, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure that we get all of the people on here. We're gonna double check everything before we do any drawings. Essentially, I'm gonna take the 16 names on Sterile Simulation and make sure that they're on all the other tracks. So I need to write everybody down. Yeah, we're doing pen and paper in the digital age. Because I didn't have a amazing way to figure this out. So we have Hazard, Ixon, Marius, Comey, Lars, Tada, Tarper, Lobster, Lentillion, Canadian, high fish time, Huhin, myself. Of course, I'm not in the drill-in, so I won't include myself. Dibe, Slopew, and NL Fear at Peace. All right, I'm going to confirm that these names show up. I believe that all of these names will show up on the other tracks, but let me confirm really quickly. Did Techie did not get gold. He really just decided not to hunt this map. He said he wasn't motivated. I guess he really wasn't. All right, let me confirm. We have Hazard, obviously, on all of them. Comey, well, I'm gonna do it in the other order, actually. We'll look for Hazard's name. Got it. Ixon is there. Marius is there on my map. Comey is there. Lars is there. Tada got gold. Tarper, I watched him get gold. Lobster. Let's see, do we have Lobster in here? I don't see Lobster. Let me make sure. Let me search the name. Yeah, Lobster did not get gold on my map, so Lobster is not in for the drawing. Lentillion did get gold. I watched him get gold on his stream. Canadian definitely got gold. High fish time. Let me see. Did get gold, yes. Huhin, yes. Your name is a different color, so it's easy to find. Slopew, yep. Dive, I think got gold on everything. Yep, was 4th. And NL Fear at Peace, I saw Hunt, let's confirm, did get gold. Okay, so that's 2 of them. Lent, you don't have all gold? Okay. That's easy. Thank you. And how's it going, man? Yeah, 4 times $25. If you got gold on everything. Hazard, Ixon, Lars. Let's see. Marius told me he did. I trust him. So we'll just trust that Marius got it. Comey was on leaderboards for did Comey hunt? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Comey hunted this map. I don't see his name. Comey didn't hunt this? Did Comey not play Notch's map at all? Really? I don't think Comey played Notch's map. I'm gonna load. I'm kind of shocked by that. Comey didn't play. Okay, so Comey didn't get gold. Gotcha. Okay, that's surprising. Comey out. Okay. So Lars got it. Tada. Where you at? You got gold, nice. Tarper got gold. Canadian got gold. Hayfish. Let's see. Or maybe it's Highfish. Highfish Time did get gold. Hewhin got gold. Slopew. Looking. Yes, did get gold by oh my goodness, by less than half of a second. No less. That's insane. Dive got gold, and NL Ferret Piece did also get gold. Nicely done. Last track. Sorry guys that you have to sit through this, but we're almost there. We're almost there. We'll put the names on. We'll spin a wheel. It'll be super exciting. We'll all have a great time. Or at least 4 of us will. Hazard, Ixon, Marius got it. Lars, I know, got it. I watched him stream the map. Tada. Yes. I see Hewhin's name. Tarper. Canadian, I know, did. Highfish Time. I think I'll see you. I see Slopew. A lot of golds on this one. I see an NL. I don't know actually. Yes, did get gold. Dibe. Where's Dibe at? Did Dibe play this one? I don't know if Dibe played this one. He did. He got gold. Okay, and NL Ferret Piece also got gold. Nice. So we have a list. A list of like 10 people-ish. Alright guys. Eliminate more names, says Canadian. Okay, what's the like a number or like I need like a wheeldecide.com. Maybe this is it. No, this is not it. Wheel spinner custom. Here we go. Wheel of names. This is the one. This is the one. I'm gonna set this up, and I'll make it so that you guys can see me do it, because why not? You guys need to be able to see it go, so I might as well set it up while I do this. Let's see, we want to do I have anything I care about on this? I don't think so. Okay, we want to do a display capture? Oh, 15 and 1, let's go. There we go. Alright, so you won't see me, but it's fine. Alright, let's put some names in. We have Hazard. And I might misspell something. Please forgive me if I do. And NL here at Kings. Alright, these are all of the names that I have. I will double check because I don't want anyone getting scammed. We have Hazard, Ixon, Marius, Lars, Tada, Tarper, Canadian, High Fish Time, Hewhim, Slope You, Dive, and NL Fear at Peace. These are your only people who were able to get gold on every single map. So clap to them. And yeah, Lint, we have a new desk mic. So here it is. Oh, you can't see it. I don't have the camera going. All right. So we spin. We spin for 4 people. $25. Who's it gonna be? That's like not even fair, is it? Oh my goodness. Does he Hazard just gets all the money. Hazard getting all of the money. He got money in every single hunt. He got money, the $100 for winning. He got the 25, and he even got $750 from the Easter egg hunt. That's insane. Okay, we remove his name. 3 more spins. Round and round she goes. Wherever she stops, nobody knows. And Slope You getting 1. All right. We remove the name. 2 more. 2 more. We have, how many people are there now? We have 10 more people. So you have a 20% chance of $25 for 1. Canadian. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Oh, Canadian just absolutely lost it. Absolutely lost it just now. I know he did. All right, High Fish. All right, and now we have 9 people. You have an 11% chance, everyone, at $25. Here we go. Our final winner from the drawing for golds, and it will go to Tarper. Brutal for Canadian, though. Canadian on both sides of the arrow. Once too high, once too low. GG to Tarper. So that will be the conclusion of... No, it's not. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's still more money to be had. This is the best part for 4 people. I'm going to set up... Actually, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that, should I? I'm going to set up a survey. Okay? So, it's still spinning. Make it stop. I'm going to set up a survey. I want everyone who participated in the event to have time to vote. So I'm not gonna do it like a $10 thing in stream right now. We only have like 30 people in here. 23. So I don't want to have such a small voting pool. So I'm gonna set up a survey where people can vote for their favorite maps. And the prize pool for the mappers is $80 for first, $60 for second, $40, and then $20. It was $100, but Kevin insisted on doubling it and insisted on me being in the drawing. I didn't want to be in the drawing, but he insisted on it. I want to give a huge thank you though to the mappers. The mappers are the only reason this event happened. Like, this event would not have happened without all 3 of you guys helping me out. So I really, really appreciate you guys working on this. Because I know there wasn't a ton of time to make the maps, just a little over a month. So great job by everyone. Everyone's maps are awesome. Like, totally unique. And like a different experience every single week, different style. Really fun seeing like RPG stuff happening in this game because it's my favorite style of map. Just a huge thank you. Just a huge thank you to Doogie, to Nacho, and Lentillion for helping out. And so that's why I wanted to make sure they were in the prize pool, because they definitely deserve to be included.